Welcome to the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Discover less and enjoy our holistic resources. Join us weekly on Wednesdays for our live talk show discussing the topics central to maintaining the holistic lifestyle you want. Each week we bring on leaders, product providers, and educators to enlighten and empower your natural journey in wellness. Let us begin.
Welcome to another fabulous Wellness Wednesday. This is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show, broadcasting to you live on Interlight Radio, known as the Healing Frequency. We are here each and every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. And we are live. The call-in number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. Our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Now, our website is createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Please share those with everyone and tune in each and every week to listen to us as we share information with you. Dr. Rabb, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just had my my upstairs do that what I do every this time of the year, just before I do that from 9 to 10 and upstairs in the Zoom room. So I finish that up and then come down here and get little things done so I can be ready for you guys.
Yeah. So what was your topic today, Doc?
I was talking about some of everything, Johnathan, talking about why people need to, learn how to detox their bodies and versus trying to, run in and out of every doctor's office and getting shots and all of this and, half of them don't know what the hell they're doing anyway. So that was most of it was just talking about why, natural medicine is so good and why we need to put more emphasis on that but so we get people all the time calling and want something at the end of the rainbow, in other words, they're ready to check out and now they're calling you like okay, so now we got all of the stuff that you need, but what happened earlier, So I spent my time this morning just letting them know. I said, if you have problems, you have them now, and you got lumps and bumps and whatever, then we have natural medicine that we've been dealing with people over 40 years, and we couldn't help everybody, but we helped a lot of people, and so I don't know why, but they still do the same thing. I got this and I got that, and they took my this out and that out. Hey, I'm serious.
I'm thinking about the times, Dr. Rabb, we've been at shows and people have come to you and they're trying to get it all out in a short period of time and just a quick wisdom you give them. And they really think about, hey, look, are you really ready to commit? Or are you just talking blank?
That's what a lot of them, they want something right now, I want it now, wrong place.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was watching the Jetsons the other day, and it's just amazing to me how many things that old cartoon had that are just prevalent today. And what's coming is this meal pill or whatever, you know what I mean? Meals are down to pills and these little different things. And I say, wow, we're not too far from that. That's why I like to watch some of these sci-fi movies and things, because I think they really do predict the future in many ways. The flip phone, from Kirk, from Star Trek, all these different devices that are coming out. But, I like to see some futuristic on the health stuff, see if they come with, some of this growing things. And that's one thing I definitely am trying to learn this year is how to grow things indoors, keep the pesticides and, all the bugs off my stuff,
Yeah, but this is one of those times that we have a lot of folks against us because the medical community wants to do more medicines. They're not interested in what we do, what I do here, or people like me do it. They're looking for more stuff that they can, push down folks' throats or whatever, and just keep pushing the same stuff.
Yeah, as soon as they give you something, they ought to go, moo. And keep rolling, doggy. Smack you on the back end and let you keep rolling, you know.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then at the end of the rainbow, there's that knock on the head and you're out. I learned a lot about farming, I tell you, when I was growing up. Amazing,
Yeah,
amazing the production stuff. But, you know, I'm happy that, you know, a lot of people are experiencing CMOS now. You know, ever since it made it to Shark Tank, all of a sudden it's an explosion.
yeah.
Kevin Hart was on there, and I said, well, you know, Dr. Goss was, you know, he's been well versed in this. And, you know, how I heard about it is I did the barbecue sauce for the rapper and rub for Warren G. And so I was riding in the truck with him, and he said, Johnathan, man, you need to get on that CMOS, man. I said, well, what's that? And he told me about it, you know. Because he's very healthy, man, Warren G. Very healthy. And he was the one that turned me on to it. You know, he lives a pretty nice lifestyle so far as taking care of himself. And that's what I first heard about it, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. And I just kind of have my eye on it. And it's explosive right now. I can't even go on my Facebook feed without seeing 2-3 different people. And some of them are using Dr. Goss's picture, you know, in their advertisement. So, I'm just happy good information gets out there, you know. If it takes Shark Tank, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And they funded the guy. So it was a pretty interesting episode. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that that's something that's out there. And, of course, there's different types. But I'm going to get a CMOS expert. I was supposed to have one on there, but the people, they didn't get back to me. They started the conversation. But you know how it is. A lot of people, they just don't follow up. And, you know, I don't chase people. I give them an opportunity to say what it is they do. And if they're not ready, like you said, Doc, I send them going, you know. I think I'm going to start doing that, Doc. When someone does some missing opportunity, I'm going to start going, I might start a movement.
You know, but when I was marketing CMOS, it was plentiful. I used to order it by the pounds from Star West. You know, that's one of the companies I still get a lot of my stuff from. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it went on for a while because I used to sell it by the pound bag, and it was really it was not so expensive at that point, but that's been going. That's now they charge you 9 arms and 2 legs.
Man, they've got CMOS gummies. I mean, they got it all.
Everything.
I mean, I looked at some stuff. I mean, some of the stuff it looked like some type of syrup. You know what I mean? I mean, they've got so many different styles of this, but I like to go back to traditional smelly stuff. I like the smelly, non-tasting things. Is that I know is more closer to God's creation than all this fancy stuff up for taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, they did that to noni juice. I was the second largest exporter of noni juice. I couldn't believe how they flavored it up. You turn around, you got maybe 5% noni, and they're calling it noni. That's why if you get anything you purchase, get it pure, try to get in a liquid form, and then add something to it if you want to chase it with something, but buy it in its purest form. I would definitely recommend that for everybody.
Yeah, I had to let the noni juice go too because the price went up so high. And when I looked at, I said, "Damn, when did this go up this much?" Because I was buying, you know, quite a bit of it. It
used to be $35 a bottle back in the day.
But now
$35.
No, it was up to what was it? Over 50, 55.
Yeah.
I said, no, this is beyond me at this point. I'm bailing out.
Let me tell you how greed works. I had a gentleman, it was a competitor of mine, but I don't believe in competition. I went to go see him, and I said, look, I need to get some of this raw noni juice because, of course, I'm not in the business anymore, but I understand the numbers. I dealt with the farmers, everything from, you know, organic certification. I know the business inside and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe what he was trying to charge me per bottle. I said, man, I come from this industry, okay? I know what it is to make this, but still, I got mad at him. But I'm going to have to go back and talk with him because, he's got the purest form out there. So I'm going to have to go back and, try to work that out because I just can't be without it,
Yep.
And, it's terrible when you can't handle the truth. I gave the guy the truth. He couldn't handle it. Greed prevailed. So he's gonna win out. But at least I'm gonna be healthier. I just said to myself, look, you can't put a price tag on your health, and I got to keep moving.
Amen.
And that's how it is. So, all right.
Yeah,
so
and I find that you even have to be careful with the fertilizers you use or the potting soil, because it's all been doctored with chemicals and things that aren't healthy for us.
All right, well, that's our guest, Frances. I was going to take a break and bring her in, but hey, she's pretty feisty. You see.
Yep.
She's pretty feisty. She's going to give it to us today. So, listen, if you're just tuning in, this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are live. Call-in number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. We're going to take a commercial break and come back with our featured guest today, Frances Pullin. We'll be right back.
My name is Michelle. I am the beauty boss of A More Beautiful You with Jafra Cosmetics. What is so wonderful about Jafra is that it is an essential business and fits into everyday needs for everyone in your family. Jafra offers over 500 products within 4 departments, and they are, department number 1 is our skincare department with our 5 exclusive Royal Jelly skincare lines powered by our Royal Jelly RJX technology. Number 2 is our on-trend gorgeous color and makeup line, a must-see. Number 3 is our fragrance from the world's top perfumers. And department number 4 is our body care for the entire family. Just added is our daily advanced hand sanitizers in 2 sizes. I invite you to visit my website to see more of A More Beautiful You with Jafra. My website is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. That is www.amorebeautiful-u.com. Thank you, and stay safe and well.
Welcome to the hemp industry, including new product CBD-based discoveries is here. It is a smart, organic personal care option today. Industrial hemp is one of the fastest growing segments of the wellness industry and is quickly emerging as a lucrative business opportunity for many. This emerging industry strives to create products that are designed to revolutionize the way people care for themselves. These products are well formulated to produce the finest quality of dietary supplements on the market, derived from industrial hemp containing proprietary CBD compounds that help support the body's endocannabinoid system. For more information regarding hemp, nano water soluble CBD, CBD pet care, CBD choices for your complete body, and receive your home delivery, visit the Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, the Lifestyle Store. It's at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Health is the new wealth.
Hello, it's Dr. Vic. Finding the right supplement for your health can be very challenging. After years of research, I finally found the one supplement that made a difference. Fountain of Life, a Norwegian spruce extract. It's simply a game changer. Just 10 drops a day can make all of the difference. For more information, visit myopulence.com/Dr. Vic under health. That's myopulence.com/DRVIC. Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's powerful plant antioxidant. Stay well, my friends.
Since the 1800s, supplemental delivery methods have essentially stayed the same through capsules and powder. Nothing is wrong with this form, just like nothing was wrong with listening to music on a record player. These products encompass a breakthrough nanotechnology, breaking large particles down to increase the bioavailability and effectiveness of all of its products. Through my travels and journey with health and wellness, I needed to understand the body more. So a friend of mine recommended I understand glutathione. What is glutathione? Glutathione is the body's master antioxidant that impacts nearly every function in your body. It detoxifies your body's cells, and it also recycles itself to increase the effectiveness of other antioxidants, for example, vitamin C, D, etc. Glutathione is one of the most studied molecules in the world with over 165,000 studies on PubMed compared to vitamin C with only 69,000 studies. Would you like to know more? Visit www.createqualityoflife.com. Once again, www.createqualityoflife.com. There you'll find information in regards to glutathione and how it can possibly enhance the quality of your life. Health is the new wealth. All right. Well, we want to welcome back that beautiful Dr. Brookh. She's been on hiatus. The devil got her and took her away for a little spin, and she realized she had to come back to Jesus. She had to come back to the Healthy Lord show. I said, don't you deal with that devil.
In a million years, that would not be what I thought you were going to say.
The rhythm is going to get you. The rhythm is going to get you tonight. Dun, dun,
but I did get to spend some days on your beautiful beaches out there. Boy, oh boy, it's pretty.
Yeah, I missed you. I was out there in wine country. I tell you, it's so relaxing out there.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I missed you this visit. But look, we'll get together. I have to come on your side of town. Next year, I'll pop around a little bit, but not much. I still have to test the water.
What you're saying. Green Bay, Wisconsin is nowhere near exciting as where you are. Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe I have to work on my my memoirs when I'm out there.
There you go.
Just if you got a lot of rain and so forth, you know. But welcome back, Dr. Brookh. You know, now we got you all set. Jamal's got all the information, everything, so we're all good. So listen, let's get into this fabulous show with Frances Pullin. She runs the Tustin division of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, and she is a psychic medium. She channels of Amadeus Mozart, among other spirits, and you'll enjoy the richness and the gifts she has chosen to pack into her trusty metaphysical toolbox. So, Frances, how you doing?
I'm doing great today. How are you?
Good. Can you explain to us what a psychic medium is? Because that can go both ways.
Typically, the psychic is going to be in touch with the energy field around you, predicting what's coming up in your future just based on your current energy. Now, that can switch, of course, if you think you're going to quit your job and you get confirmation of that, and then you find out that the one you didn't like was quitting, then you might change your mind. So it makes the reading twist up a little bit. The medium is the one who brings in your loved ones from the other side who have passed. I have a son in spirit, and he can come anytime I call, and we can sit and have a wee conversation and make me feel and make me realize that he hasn't gone anywhere. He's just changed his energy.
Okay, so I wanted to do it in this order, so I'm glad you said with that. I shouldn't have ran psychic and medium together so quickly. I said it's psychic medium and so forth, but I didn't do that. I apologize. I didn't see the comma there. Now, the most interesting question of all is, how did you come to have this skill and get into this? Because, you know, some people are just intuitive. They can kind of predict things. I've always been able to do that. But I've never tested my skills against, this type of framework.
I came about it, honestly. It traveled through my family, but as a young child, I was told to not to say anything because people will think you're crazy and all that kind of negative, gossipy stuff that everybody did and still does if they feel like it. So I just shut it down. And then as I grew older, I would throw out comments and people would say, how do you know that? And I would say, I just know. Maybe I'm just rich. I don't know. It wasn't until my son passed, down into the rabbit hole I dove. And when I came out, I went to a meditation class. And from there, a person who was a personal friend of mine taught me automatic writing and the meditation, connecting with guides and angels. And that just propelled me forward on the journey of this is my life's purpose. As I continued to grow in my life's purpose, I began to write books, which isn't extraordinary for me because I read books all the time. I lived in my fantasy world to escape chaos at home.
Of course, yeah.
Ultimately, I wrote Loving the Me and Me after taking my journey of my shadow self and going back in time and revisiting what I thought was horrific and all their fault, and realized that I played a part in that drama that went on at home. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten hit so much if I didn't do the things they didn't want me to do, if I behaved better. As you said when I first came on, I'm kind of a spicy spirit, and I have a will of my own. Maybe I was too much for them. Who knows? The past is past. It's just my story. And now I teach classes and retreats with my story as the basis and help other people learn to forgive and forget and move forward and love themselves instead of sitting there depressed, lonely, all those things we go through.
Deranged. Yeah. What's interesting is when I was younger, I would work for a major hotel and all the massage therapists were into, what they call them, channeling and everything. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was very interesting. And this person was channeling, had their eyes closed, and, they asked me if I had a second name. Of course, I had a nickname and everything. It was kind of interesting to experience that. You can do this over the phone with someone, right? Because I remember when I used to see people on television, the Chloe lady and everybody's like, yes, this energy can be transformed through Zoom or the phone. You don't have to be there with the person. But for some reason, people think that if you're there with them, and I've done a lot of health and wellness fairs, and there's always a psychic person there. And then I had somebody read my aura, and they were just blown away by it. And then I went and saw this one lady. She was next to me. She said, no, come down. I'm going to give you a reading. And I went, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Because, I'm a progressive guy. But, I mean, I got to be.
Because you can't hide. There's no hiding.
And she told me that I had these two big guards behind me at all times protecting me. She said they're big, they're huge, they're massive. And they said they're there protecting you. And I thought, man, I would have never thought that, I said, very interesting. So you don't have to be right in front of this person to be able to help them identify the energy around them. Because when you speak, this is what I envision. I envision myself in the middle, right? And then people that are around me. And then they're all lit up because you're focusing in on them, what's happening. I just kind of see that visually when you talk, Frances. Can you elaborate?
And you do that really well. And I want to say that, number one, a psychic cannot go into your personal life if you choose to block that from them. So there is no.
You said, hold on. You broke up. You said if you choose to block that from them. Did you say that?
Yes, if you choose to, let's just say you're married and you're having an affair. You don't want anybody to know, so you block it. You don't let her into that part of your life. You can do that.
Oh, you don't bring it up.
Right.
Oh, okay, so I might interrupt you from time to time to understand. So by you talking about what you're going through, that's permission or allowing someone to look at that. If you don't speak about it, then they have no idea. I didn't realize that.
Correct.
Okay.
And
all right.
A good psychic, medium, whomever would be asking, may I step into your life? And you say yes, but you can still be guarding that piece. You don't want her to see. So she can see everything else. They just can't see that particular piece.
Yeah. The most frequently asked questions on this lady that was next to me And, I could hear her because she's right next to me talking. People wanted to know, A, if they were healthy, and B, when they were going to die. And the second one, I would never ask. You know what I mean? I wouldn't ask that question at all. But am I healthy? That's something I would ask.
Right.
So I'm sure you get that quite a bit,
I do get that quite a bit. And I had someone who called me this weekend, and he's a long-time client, and he wanted to know what was wrong in his gut. He felt bloated. He felt uncomfortable. He's sure it was something else. And Amadeus just stepped in and said, you have an infection. You have a bug. You have a simple bug. And he said, you're going to have to go through this. And no, it's not COVID, because this man worries continues getting COVID. And he doesn't understand he can bring it to himself by worries. If you put it on something, you can bring it to yourself.
All right, somebody's really close to their mic. We can hear you breathing on there. You might want to step back from the mic if you're too close to it. We're hearing a strong sound. So would you ever not answer a question that somebody asked you, Frances? That's something probably no one's ever asked you before.
Actually, I would not answer if they were going to have an imminent death. I would just move around the subject and say, I think you should see your doctor or your whoever you see for things, but something feels amiss and it's time for you to go have a checkup. That way I'm not...
That's a good way to approach it. Yeah.
It's kind of, the guides tell me what to say. And people say, oh, you helped me so much. And I always remind them that I'm just the vessel. I'm telling them what I'm supposed to tell them. So if I got that message, the message would be, tell them to see their doctor. If they see a naturalist, tell them to see their naturalist. But go and get some help.
Dr. Brookh, yes, any questions at this point? Go ahead.
No, I just it's one of those things that I think a lot of spiritual people don't allow themselves to participate in, and I think it's sad because I've dipped in and out of this realm just because, like you, I didn't talk about how I could see things and know things. I just felt like I was crazy. Nobody told me. That's what I was like. I'm different. That's weird. And I really ostracized myself from a lot of situations because I just there was nobody guiding me. Right. But then when I started to go to church, I found that a lot of people thought that was the devil, literally. So it's funny that you you introduced that this morning, that this was all New Age stuff. And can you speak to that for a minute for anybody who is maybe curious about this, just thinks they can't because that's the devil's work? Do you mind?
I don't mind at all. When I was first getting involved in this, I went to church with my daughter-in-law, and the service was psychics are the devil.
Oh, my God. And perfect. I mean, imagine that you walked in on that day.
And I believe in divine timing with everything. So I was meant to be there. And I came home and I had meditation and a discussion with my guides, and I said, what was that about? And they said, Frances, you need to know that you're not free from that old-fashioned fear of what you do, and just be cautious. But we needed to bring it up so that you don't walk around thinking you can say anything you want to anybody.
Right.
What I discovered with all the studying that I do, I study the Kabbalah, I study mediumship, I study all kinds of things. But I have discovered that a lot of religions, their leaders still want to control the congregation. And so they say, no, you can't do that. God will get you. Well, God loves you.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus loves you. And they're not going to hurt you. And I was raised where if I did something wrong, God would strike me down. I was afraid to do this work because I had already been told I'd go to hell.
Right.
And then as I got into it, I realized that hell to me is what we make our life here on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And as we pass through this time, and we have these gifts, and we can share them and make other people feel good, feel better about themselves, feel better about what's coming to them. It's all about love. And if you can just imagine when I have students in class and their spirit guide comes into the energy and they feel that love, they just burst into tears. So many of them cry. And it makes me feel so good that they're crying. Because they're feeling love like they haven't felt maybe in this whole lifetime.
Yeah, acceptance. I look at it like it's acceptance. When people feel the right acceptance around them, it changes their whole body structure, everything. And I think in today's times, France, that's what everyone's looking for, is the right acceptance, not the wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's kind of like a fight out there for this right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm still with that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But when I'm teaching loving the me and me in a classroom situation, retreats, they're very casual. People are looking to find that feeling. They're looking to be able to forgive their parents, forgive themselves. We know not what we do. We're just thrown into the earth, and we do the best we can. And sometimes it doesn't fit who we pick to be our parent. You know, I had chaos in my life. I had the beatings. I had some really ugly things, but I picked it because I had lessons to learn.
Right.
And I feel my lesson was to learn not to treat other people that way.
Oh, that's a big lesson right there. Dr. Rabb, anything you'd like to ask or comment at this point?
No, I'm just listening. I do. I used to do a lot of talking. Plus, I've talked an hour this morning myself, so I'm going to do some listening.
All right. Let me ask you something, Frances.
Because this is all meant to come from the heart and to heal the heart. So just listen with your heart.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you something. And every successful book I have read, has always had something where it's trying to program the mind. Think and Grow Rich, you write these things down, you look at it every day. It seems like the brain is much like a program. So you have to get up and you tell it these things and it acts itself out. I mean, if you're lucky, if you don't instruct it with alcohol or drugs or, certain environments and so forth. Is there something that you teach and what you know that people can say or do each day to fulfill themselves with peace, and tranquility and moving forward on their journey of life? Is there anything like that you discuss? And I know that's a wild out question. I think about wild out crap. You know what I mean? I'm just that kind of guy.
If you're not afraid to ask, good. I have to not be afraid to answer. What I do in my class is I teach them before they even get out of bed to thank and be in gratitude. Now, you can call it God. You can call it energy source. You can call it anything
higher power.
You want.
Yeah.
Sure. You can call it the dust hand. It doesn't matter what you call it.
Yeah.
It's something that's bigger than you and I. And we came from that source. And when we pass from the earth, we will go back to that source. So it's nothing to be afraid of.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 minute now. Sure. How do you handle when people come to you and they're afraid of death? I mean, you've got to experience that one.
Yeah, I live with it. It's my husband.
Oh my. Yeah, I'm sorry if some of these questions are very pointed. It's like I don't play around when I have people on the show. I mean, that's why I don't want to know too much about people before they come on, because I like my questions to be authentic, because I'm interested. That's why you're on the show. This is something people need to be aware of.
Yeah. He doesn't believe, and a lot of people don't believe in a higher power, in a God. They don't feel that there's anything safe about dying. It frightens them. They think that they're going to go somewhere and something bad might happen, or they'll have to, they've been told that they have to live their life in the split second and see it all flash before their eyes and face their enemies. And you get all kinds of baloney from all kinds of people. But there's mostly a peace. And even if, let's say, the drug addict ODs and he's done some terrible, so he goes to this light source, this energy, and he has to do some work. But he does it in a loving environment. He's not the dirty bum on the street. He's not the killer murderer. He is an energy that needs to be nurtured and has things to learn, so that he doesn't do that or next time they can come to the earth. Because we do come back. We do. Oh,
okay, interesting. A lot of people believe that. Okay, we're going to take a break. Listen, if you're just tuning in, this is the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. And we're talking to Frances here, and she's talking about some very interesting topics dealing with energy and beings and so forth. I find this very, very interesting, especially when you get over 40 years old. You know what I mean? Certain things that are right in your face that you may pay attention now based on this conversation. We are live. So if you'd like to call in, you have some questions, after the break, certainly do so. The call-in number is 310-928-7733. Once again, 310-928-7733. We're talking about psychics. We're talking about mediums. We'll be right back.
Hey there, Detox Jenny here. Is your digestion poor, painful, or just plain stuck? If so, please consider doing a short 3 to 10 day juice cleanse with my company, Earthly Juices. You can visit us at bringmejuice.com. You will be surprised what a difference a short cleanse can make within your body and your overall well-being. Our organic farm-to-table juice cleanses are handcrafted to exclude your allergies and geared towards solving your health issues. Call 310-404-6804 and mention this show and receive a free quart of juice with your first order. You can also find us at www.bringmejuice.com, or you could write us your detox questions at earthlyjuices@gmail.com. We can't wait to bring that juice to your doorstep.
I tell myself again and again, I'm happy about my favorite juice from Jen. I tell myself again and again, well, Earthly Juices, they make the best juice cleanse.
Hi, this is Dr. Nathan Rabb Jr., host of The Natural Way, which you can hear live on InnerlightRadio.com every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On The Natural Way, you will learn about alternative strategies to common medical practices to overcome some of the most common physical and mental maladies in the world today. The program is a live call-in show, so you can engage me by calling 310-928-7733 with your health-related questions. For private consultations, please call my office. That's at 310-419-4372. You can also reach me on the web at Dr. Nathan, Nathan, Rabb, RABB.com. Be sure to tune in to The Natural Way every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, live on InnerlightRadio.com. The Healing Frequency. I'm Dr. Nathan Rabb. We see you on the air. Peace.
Historically, our ancestors lived 100% organic and natural, simply grazing off the green earth with fresh fruits and vegetables and blue oceans filled with seafood. Allowing your mind, body, and soul to be naturally healthy is how we were meant to live during this journey of our lives. We invite you to visit The Lifestyle Store. Once again, The Lifestyle Store for all of your family's health and wellness needs. Simply click on The Lifestyle Store at www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, www.createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Keep this in mind. Health is the new wealth.
That's right. You heard it right here. Health is the new wealth. All right. So, Frances, let's get into how does someone work with you? They contact you. They're referred by you. Then what occurs? They fill out a questionnaire. You interview them. And then how long does a person work with you, you would suggest?
It depends on what their issue is. Sometimes they just want to know if they're getting fired tomorrow. So sometimes it can be a very brief 15-minute session. Sometimes it's longer. I'm very patient with my clients. If they call in and they don't even know what they want, we just sit and chat, and I turn off the clock, and we figure out what they want, and then we can turn the clock back on. Because it's not about me knowing everything immediately. The gentleman the other day, he was quizzing me about his tummy, and I said, I haven't meditated yet. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to be in the right space. So we hung up, did what I needed to do, and called him back. There's many ways to work with me, and I do hypnotherapy. That's over the phone. If we're looking for certain problems, like let's lose weight or let's quit smoking, it may take, 5 sessions. But if you're just looking to find out if you knew your husband in a past life, that can be done in 1 session. So everything is always different, always changing. And because I believe in divine intervention, I feel that we will get to the core of their problem as fast as we can and get it solved and get them on their way to happiness. Kind of Pollyanna-like.
This is so interesting to me because, what we were talking about just before the break, even it's the pain part, right? Like we want everybody to feel good, but that's maybe not the human journey, right?
You are correct. It's not the human journey.
And
it's
so,
solving those things.
Exactly. So, it wasn't very long ago when I stopped feeling sorry. So my dad, tough life, tough man, tough life with the man. But when I think back now that he's gone, and I'm not fearful of anything else happening, what a gift that man was in my life, because the way he was helped me to become who I am. And so I don't know if that's the only way to become a little more awakened to who you want to be and how you want to walk along the earth. But even the shadow stuff, like even the hard stuff that I started to believe about myself in that relationship, has also brought forth gifts that I just needed to explore, I have this new habit. I started this weekend, and we were at a financial freedom kind of seminars, learning about money stuff, different stuff. And he said, every morning, write down 3 things that will bring you money and 3 things that will save you money, like save expenses. And I just couldn't help thinking that would be such a great practice for all the things that we feel in our life, to start unpacking that stuff, because I think one of the biggest parts of this kind of work is like, what do I do about this? Like I have a weight loss business, so people are like, well, you can tell me to not feel bad about this or, have a better attitude, but I don't know how to do that. We're just not taught those things in school. And so just simple practices like writing 3 things that bothered you today and how that shows up in your life. I think it's just such valuable work. What are some of the things you suggest for people?
One of the things, and I thought it was Amadeus's brilliant idea, but I understand it's been around forever, is the practice of looking in the mirror. And taking a look at that face. And you know what? It's okay to have that wrinkle.
Yeah.
I earned it. I love
reminds me of that Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror.
Right. Yeah.
It's so perfect. I'm telling you, I don't know what you feel about Michael Jackson. I think he was a genius.
Absolutely.
Amadeus says Michael was channeling some of the most amazing music of the time. So
agreed.
Mm-hmm. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Here's this guy who has been remembered for years and years and years all over the world, and he's complimenting this kid because he was still a kid. No matter how old he was still a kid. And he's saying, he was amazing.
Well, you know what he did was he sang. So lots of the popular music is about sex and drugs and abusing each other, right? But his music was, well, it is. It just is. So, but his music, we still loved it. We still listened to it. He sang nothing of that, nothing like that. But he sang like, I don't want to say gospel truths, but like truths of like humanity and the possibilities. And some people thought he was nuts, but I thought he was.
Yeah, he had a song called Human Nature that was unbelievable.
I mean, even the one that you just mentioned before, The Man in the Mirror.
Man in the Mirror,
like, people, look at the man in the mirror. But lots of people missed it.
Yeah. And then one song, Make That Change.
Yeah.
Make that change.
And then he's got the whole choir behind him. See, when you got that gospel mixed in with this stuff as he got a little older, I mean, he really took off. That touched you. I mean, that moves your spirit when you hear that.
No doubt.
It was
Yeah.
I was going to say, and his being knew that was his job. That was his job, to move us, even if we weren't going to make different choices in this free will of experience, we could still feel like the abundance of the world. I don't know. The more I think about Michael Jackson, the more I wish I'd paid attention more when he was alive.
Well,
yeah.
And spirit was broken. He'd been broken by the way he grew up. And he took that and turned it into a beautiful gift.
It was meant to be that way to me. Yep.
He was very controlled as a young man. Very controlled.
Very. And
but
even
he still blossomed through it.
They were still.
Maybe not.
They were still.
But he had an old soul, though. Nobody sings like that at his age, 7, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah. The wisdom.
No one at all.
Yeah.
All right, at this point, Frances, I'd like you to give out all your contact information so that we can share it with our audience. Repeat everything twice so that they know how to contact you. And also, her information is on our Facebook page, which is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. Facebook, once again, Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. And by Friday, we'll have this replay up on our website, createyourholisticlifestyle.com.
Perfect. Actually, my email address is francespullin@gmail.com. And keep in mind, it's Frances with an E and Pullin with an I.
You want to spell it out for them so they have it, and then the .com so we're clear?
Sure. FranceSpullin@gmail.com. And my website is just francespullin.com.
All right, francespullin.com. Okay. And did you create any groups or anything at this time, and then real briefly tell us about your overseeing the Holistic Chamber of Commerce and what city it's in and so forth. So let's talk about that real quickly before we end the show.
Okay. I have not started groups. I'm kind of a zero nerd, but I'm learning. I have a great master who's walking me through it every day. We're on the phone doing something. So I will be starting groups, but I put everything on my Facebook page, and I have my LinkedIn, and it's all just Frances. That's who I am. I don't use any other monikers because I don't want people to forget. So if I have my company and then I have my personal name, Okay. So the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, I have been president for a little over 3 years, and we had to walk through that icky disease and sit at home and stare at each other on the screen and try to network. It was not fun. But boy, are we having fun now. And we meet the third Wednesday of every month. We have been meeting at Ivy's Bridge, which is a health food store in Austin. But this month we will be at Mimi's at 17th Street in the 55 because our contact at Ivy's is going on vacation. Dare she? So we will be there. We do networking. We have a guest speaker. We just try and get to support each other. And I will file box of business cards. So if you were to call me and say, I need to have a Reiki treatment, then I can go to my card file and say, here's 2 names. Or here's 1 name. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to support our neighborhood. And when a lot of places closed during that lockdown, we lost contact with each other. And so this is a place where people go and make contact again.
Okay, excellent. Okay, Dr. Rabb, your closing thoughts, sir.
Very, very interesting. And I've learned in my 80th year being on this planet that I listen a lot more than I talk anymore. And I have a young lady that's working with me now, and it's really a godsend for me because I was having some problems with my vision, and now the left eye is it's as good as you can get, and the right, we're working on that to get it, to see if we can't get it back on track. Because right now I have one eye, but I can see from here to wherever you are right now. So, yeah, it was really God is good all the time. And I'm very, very well versed in doing good for others. And I don't mean to just be bragging on me, but I would rather help a person than to hurt anything.
He has.
Don't look at it that way. You've earned it. I've been around you many a time. I've seen it. So,
well,
God bless that.
I will always endeavor to be the best I can be, and not do anything less.
I know that's right. All right, Dr. Brookh, your closing thoughts.
Yeah, it's just so funny he said that because it's so easy for lots of us to be givers, but sometimes not always so good at being receivers. So I'm really glad that you found something that helped your eyes, Dr. Rabb. That's really amazing. Thank you for the show today. No, I just haven't been thinking about these things lately, and it'll take me back there, and I'll go and listen to some Michael Jackson as well, see what else I can find.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, this show each week is a blessing. You know what I mean? This is a great place to get your balance right. We come on here and people share with us, and we share, we learn, and we keep giving. So, I mean, that's why I created this show many moons ago. Wanted to give back. So,
thank you for doing that.
Monetizing all this stuff with all these bells and whistles and charts. Yeah. They always beat me up on information. I said, well, look, I don't think this is for you. I'll see ya. Moo.
Oh, Johnathan.
Oh, man, I don't know, man.
I would like to take the opportunity to be here. It was a beautiful invitation. I appreciate your questions were also deep, and the understanding you have of your relationship with God is perfect.
Mm. Always.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on, Frances. I have to get out to one of your meetings there and talk with everybody and share and see how we can be a blessing over there. So we look forward to that. If you're just tuning in, we're tuning out. This is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We had a great show. We'll post this one to Frances out there. She's got some great information. Want you to all have a great week out there. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Peace and love.
Oh, yeah.
Peace.
Thank you for joining us on the Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We are a globally hosted show dedicated to sharing holistic lifestyle events, practitioners, products and services, and useful information. Visit our website, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Once again, createyourholisticlifestyle.com. Of course, our Facebook page is Create Your Holistic Lifestyle Show. We'll see you next week.
Namaste.